Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great, and welcome to the channel as well if you're new, of course. But welcome to this new video here on Onyxcoin on XCN. Wanted to make a new video on this because, well, I haven't necessarily changed my mind on XCN, but there are some possibilities and some scenarios that are starting to look more likely, which I did not talk about enough in my last video. Because last video, what I basically said is, all right, XCN is broken down below this minor but relevant intraday support zone at 1.95, 1.9 cents. Broken down below that, that's a structure change. We're losing momentum, as you can see right here. But as you can also see from the open interest right here, no longer any growth there, and well, any initial growth mainly had to do with XCN being listed on Binance Perpetual Futures, of course. So then obviously the open interest goes up because before that you didn't have any positions, but no major increase in there. So we lost support, we're losing momentum. So what I said is I think it's most likely we're going to drop down into that next support level right here between 1.55 and 1.45 cents, which is a major support zone in general. But then it's also supported by 1.5, which is a psychological support level, the 0.618 fib right here, which is a very strong technical support level, especially if you add it up with the 200 EMA. So that is what I said is most likely. And just to cut to the chase, when we're lining everything up right here, I still think that is most likely, right? So then you might say, well, why are you making this video then? And I'll tell you why. Because even though this is still most likely, if you just look at the facts, right? So the facts are that we had some massive volume coming in right here, pushed us very high, was an amazing move. But since then, I mean, you could say this is some sort of a bullish flag, but since then we have been trending down and we haven't really seen strength. And the only times we saw strength with XCN, it was to liquidate shorts, which XCN is very good at. So that's why, if you want to short this, I would take that into account if you place your stop loss. But that's also, in general, why I still think it's most likely. Look, that's the current situation, right? And there's no indication or nothing right here or nothing going on for XCN that proves the opposite, right? The opposite being that we do have momentum and that we can break out. So that's why I'm telling you, I still think it's most likely that we'll do this. However, what I wanted to add to that analysis, and also I wanted to add that as a reason not to short XCN, is that this price action just reminds me a lot of what we did, for example, well, not necessarily right here, but during a small period of time right here, but especially something right here. I mean, here you can also see that it's of course different. I mean, it's never the same, but you can see, for example, we lost support right here and the volume was dropping down very, very low. But then we just got a new very, very strong move that actually lasted for quite some time with, the same amount of volume, but still was very, very good. And that's what it reminds me of more rather than the price action that XCN had right here. Because obviously I covered XCN a lot during this period of time as well. And there, I mean, we had those short squeezes as well, as you can see in between. But between those short squeezes, there was absolutely no strength. XCN just kept on falling, as you can see right here. And that's why right now it's very different. All right. Now, like I said, I see no indication yet as to why we would rally. So that's why I'm telling you, I still think it's most likely we will actually fall down here for the reasons I've named already twice in this video. But personally, I'm much more interested in a potential reclaim right here at 1.95. And I think given the history of XCN, I think that's a possibility. All right. So even though I don't think this is most likely, I do think this is the most interesting trading setup. So I'll be ready for that. I mean, if that happens, if you see the volume increasing, like right now, the volume is very low. It's $38 million. Obviously also due to Easter. But if the volume starts increasing, we reclaim here 1.95 cents, then we can actually very, very quickly get a pump into previous resistance levels. First target being right here at 2.25 cents. Next target right here at 2.5. But I'll keep you updated on that. I think that's what you need to know right now. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. Join the Telegram group, the Discord group, whatever. But for now, have a great Easter. Take care and bye.